Hello everyone and welcome back to the FRC Historian. Today I'm going to be, as the title of this video showed, counting down the 5 closest Einstein finals of all time. Now the way I calculated this was by finding the margin between each Einstein final set, so red versus blue, blue versus red, found the subtraction in the margin between those, took that number, divided by the average margin of that week, so for instance the championship, and then found out that number and then ranked them from 21 to first, starting in 2001 going all the way through 2019 for both championships. So if you'd like to see all 21, I'll happily put it in the description, comment below if you want to see that. However, today we'll be counting down the top 5. Now we're going to be starting off with number 5. Now for number 5, we're going to go off with 2013. Now for those of you who didn't know, the 2013 Einstein finals were actually very close to that of the 2019 Detroit Einstein finals, where here you had 33, 469, and 1519 against the Blue Alliance of 610, 1477, and 1241. Now this was actually a very close set, believe it or not, where each team won a match, and then the final third match only came down to a few points here and there. So if you wanted to know, this came incredibly close. However, the Blue Alliance here did take it up, where the Blue Alliance won by 27 points in the final, which, with the point ceiling of 2013 being very high, that wasn't that many, winning that the Blue Alliance 610, 1477, and 1241 their world championship against 33, 469, and 1519. Now, why this one's incredibly close is for how it stands points-wise as well as symbolically, because like I said, similar to this year 2019 Detroit, this was 33 and 469, two very, very high-hitting Michigan teams again along with 1519 against 610, 1241, and 1477, all great teams. Yet you wouldn't expect all three of those to go on and win a championship. They all did great things in their season. However, they all came together and won the world championship, and they were the fifth ranked alliance. So when I say you weren't sure exactly, they were the 5th ranked alliance. They went on, they upset, and they moved on to the finals of the division, won the semis at Einstein, and went on to win the Einstein finals as the 5th ranked alliance, which isn't impossible, by the way, if you see anything from them. Okay, so now we're going on to our number 4. Number 4. This is 2007. So those of you who didn't know, for 2007 finals were very close, as it actually brought up a team who had won the 1997, 2001, 2002, and 2004 Einstein finals, that being Team 71 Hammond. Team Hammond here could have won their 5th Einstein final, thus putting them far ahead as the most finals in FRC history. At the time, in 2004, they had the most, up until the Cheesy Poofs tied them. Yet this could have been their 5th. However, as you know, they were stopped here. We're here, the alliance of 190, 177, and 97, an 8th ranked alliance, won against the alliance of 179, 71, and 233. All great teams on their own merit. We're here, there wasn't that high of a margin actually, where the Blue Alliance here, the Red Alliance here, the 8th alliance of their division was able to take it down, which is a phenomenal feat, especially because you don't always see 8th alliances. There have been 3 8th alliances in the history of FRC that have ever won the division, and then this is the only one in FRC history which has won Einstein as the 8th alliance, which is a very, very phenomenal feat, especially seeing that the final match only came down to 5 points. Now let's move on to our number 3. If you didn't guess it, number 3 was the 2017 St. Louis Finals. Now here, the reason why I picked this one, you might say that it only has 2 finals matches. And the reason why I'm saying that this is number 3 is when you look at the statistics here. If you want to know how close it got here, there was no final match. However, in the overall win margin of 2017 St. Louis, it came down to 19 points overall, that mostly being KPA, where the Daily Alliance did win against the Darwin Alliance by 19 points in 2 matches, when in a year where over 500 points was more than common, was very close. And what you have here was 2 alliances with outstanding shooters, 1986 and 3310 on one side, and then 254 and 2767 on another side, both having outstanding partners as well, with the Darwin Alliance being 3310, 1986, 3719, and 302, against Daly's 254, 2767, 1676, and 862. Now here it was as you could see, it was incredibly close. As we know, the Daily Alliance went on to win, and they'd also go on to win the Festival of Champions, the inaugural and only 2017 Festival of Champions. Where I say this is a close one, as you have two outstanding alliances. Either of them would have made a very outstanding 2017 St. Louis champion. Yet in the end of the day, the Blue Alliance did win, as the other alliance could not make the fourth, could not get two rotors in autonomous. Yet either way, they were both able to put up outstanding scores, and it was a nail biter all the way to the finish. Now we're going to move on to our number 2. That being, if you guessed it, 2019 Detroit. Now, one of the reasons why I put this here, it actually wasn't number 2 if you do the math, as the tiebreaker margin here was only 1 point, yet the overall margin for 2019 Detroit was 13 overall. If you take red minus blue, or consequently blue minus red in this case. So what happened here is, one of the reasons why I put it up higher is when you look at the 2019 Einstein Finals in Detroit, as you know, it came down to 1 point. 1 point deciding it, where there was the level 3 climb on the Blue Alliance, and then 3 climbs on the Red Alliance. Not all level 3, however, where in the end of the day, the Blue Alliance won by 1 point, winning them the best of 3, because this was a tiebreaker. The winner of this match became and was crowned the 2019 Detroit World Champion. And that's why, especially with that 1 point, I wanted to put them here. They both had outstanding matches in the 2 finals leading up to this. However, the Blue Alliance toughed it out and won against the Alliance, who not only beat them in the round robin, but also another match in Einstein Finals. That's why I put them as number 2. And this one is very reminiscent of 2013, that being a 5th-ranked Alliance of Archimedes going up against the 2nd-ranked Alliance of Darwin. Now, of course, Darwin wasn't a division in 2013, but you and I meet with there, where a 5th-ranked Alliance went up against the 2nd-ranked. However, here, the 2nd-ranked took it home today. So now, we're going to move on to our number 1 closest Einstein final ever. Now, if you don't know who they are, let me give you a hint. It's 2016. Now, the 2016 Einstein final was the last Einstein final that only comprised 1 championship, and it was incredibly close. If you want to know how close this came, if you want to know in the overall win margin for this year, the Tesla Alliance against the Carver Alliance scored 10 points against the Carver, winning 1 match. The Carver Alliance won finals match 1 by 8 points. Tesla won finals match 2 by 10 points. And then the Carver Alliance won the Einstein final by 0 points because of a penalty caused by the Tesla Alliance. Now, for any of you who were there, you know this one came all the way down. You know that this was also one of the most symbolic Einstein finals ever. You have Team 2056, OP Robotics, losing their regional win streak, where starting their first year in 2007, they won every single regional that they went to all the way up until 2016, where they got their first ever regional finalist at the Waterloo Regional. And then they go to Worlds, where at Worlds in 2016, they were able to pick Team 1690, and they were able to win both quarterfinals, lose 1 semi, yet go 2-1 in the semis, win both finals. Then they go on to the Einstein field, where they would, although losing the first quarterfinal, win the next 2 semis, going into the finals on a 4-0 streak, on a 4-1, however, winning the last 4 matches, losing the first by 8 points, going on to the second, winning by 10, and then in the grand finals, losing by 0 points because of a penalty caused by their alliance. Now here you had very, very great alliances on both sides. You had 1690, 2056, 1405, and 3015 against the Carver Alliance's 120, 2481, 330, rest in peace BeachBots, and 1086. Now these were both very great alliances, with 330 having won a championship before, yet OP never having, both being outstanding captains, yet in the finals, as many people will say, 2016 was a very close game in all of Einstein, where there were many alliances that could have gone on to win the world championship. Yet of the ones that did, Carver and Tesla made it to the finals. It was incredibly close. It was incredibly fun to watch, and that is why I'm going to say that it was the closest Einstein final in history. As when you think about it, if you look at only the final, it was won by 0 points, and if you take the margins, if you subtract red from blue and blue from red, you end up with the Tesla division winning overall by 2 points, yet the Red Alliance winning because of that 0-point finals match. Okay, thank you all for listening. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you don't agree, that's fine. I did put some of my own opinion in here, and if you want me to put all of my match statistics in here, such as if you want to see every single Einstein finals closeness, as I call it, off of my data in my Excel sheet, I will be glad to share that data with you, share the process, as well as the top 21 Einstein finals, seeing which one is the closest overall. Thank you all for listening. Please let me know if any ideas you have in the comments below. I will get back to my most underrated series soon. I just wanted to make this one first. Thank you all for listening, and this has been the FRC Historian.